Hey everybody, it's Gloria Ortiz with Real People Realty, or some of you may know me as Glow, as in hashtag Go with Glow. Today's Formation Friday video is going to be about transfer stamps. Transfer stamps is something that, depending on what suburb or town you are selling in or buying in, they require you to pay for a transfer stamp. And that's literally for the seller to transfer the property over to the new owner. But every suburb is different as far as who has to pay for it. Some require the seller, some require the buyer, and some require that the buyer and seller split it. And then there's some towns that don't require it at all. But a lot of towns do. And sometimes the buyer or the seller don't find this out until they're getting ready to, close and go pay their water bill. And all of a sudden, who's buying the transfer stamp? How much is the transfer stamp? So depending on what town you're moving to, it varies as far as the charge. There's some towns that charge $3 per every $1,000 of the purchase price. There's some towns that charge $7, some charge $5.50. It just really depends what town you're moving into and who is responsible for that charge, whether it's the buyer or the seller. Now, this is something that has to be done before closing. You literally have to go to the town and they will issue the stamp once the fee's paid. If there are no citations, violations, on the property, or the water bill has already been taken care of, other things have to be taken care of before you can buy the stamp, but you cannot close without the stamp, as it's a literal stamp they give you and it has to be taken to the closing so that it could be affixed on the paperwork. Again, if you're thinking of buying or selling and you want to make sure that this is a fee or not a fee for you, I would recommend calling that town. So if you want to move to Berwyn, I would call Berwyn and find out, are there any transfer stamps that I need to pay moving into Berwyn, or are there any transfer stamps I need to pay moving out of Berwyn? How much are they? Who's responsible for them? And do they take a check? Will they take a credit card? Do you have to bring cash? That's also a thing with towns. Some of them are very different. Some of them will only take credit card or cash. Some of them will take a certified check. So that's all stuff that you need to find out before you even go there to pay for it, because a lot of people wait for the morning of closing. They go and then they find out that they can't pay for it because they brought a personal check and the town won't accept that from them. Okay. If you have any questions about this, feel free to reach out to me. My contact information is on this page. And if not, then I will see you next month with a different topic. Thanks.